I can give you a bracha that your daughter will become healed and that she'll be just like before, but I have a condition. When she gets healed, they shouldn't live together. And once she becomes fully healed and he can give a get according to halacha, they should get divorced and they should accept it upon themselves with a full heart. Tvach, everybody. This story is a bit long. It's about the Ba'al Shem Tov. That's why I chose this one. In the year Tov Kuf, so 5500, which is basically 282 years ago, the Ba'al Shem Tov visited the city of Slutsk, and all the important people came out to greet him. A lot of respect, a lot of honor, and amongst them there was an elderly guy, a very, very big Talmid Chacham by the name of Rebbe Uri Nasanata. And when he was younger, he was called the Ilu, the genius of Krinik, town he was from, which was near Brisk. Eventually, he married the daughter of a rich man from Brisk, and when she passed away, eventually he moved to Slutsk. Now he had a son whose name was Reb Shloimeh, and when he was 14, he went to Vilna, and he went to Horodna and went to Krakow. So he went to all these places to learn Torah. And over there, he actually met a very big Talmid Chacham by the name of Reb Menachem Aryeh, who was actually one of the hidden tzaddikim, and he became very close to him. Now, the hidden tzaddikim in those days, they were people who were secretly learning Chassidus and teaching Chassidus. They weren't spreading it yet, but they were, teaching it to a select few. And so Reb Menachem Aryeh, this hidden tzaddik, was teaching Reb Shloimeh Chassidus, but on the condition that no one would know about it. And when Reb Shloimeh was 22 years old, he returned to Tzlutsk, and his father was very proud of him, of all the Torah that he had learned. And he got married to the daughter of a certain rich man near Tzlutsk. Unfortunately, half a year after he married this girl, she lost her mind. She became insane, Pasha. And he couldn't give her a get because someone who's not sane, doesn't have the right frame of mind, can't accept a get, right? That person has to consciously accept the get. Someone in that state of mind can't even do it. So he was stuck. He was stuck for 6 years like that. Now, so what happened? So when the Ba'al Shem Tov came to Tzlutsk, like we said, the father of Reb Shloimeh, as well as the father of the girl, came to ask for some kind of solution, some kind of bracha, to help him to have a refuah shleima for the girl. The Ba'al Shem Tov called both of them over, both Reb Uri Nasanata and this rich man whose name was Reb Eliyahu Moshe, and he asked them if they had any resentment against each other. And they both started to speak only good things about each other, right? I mean, they didn't have any resentment at all. Reb Uri Nasanata was saying a bunch of good things about the rich man, how he gave tzedakah, he was so generous, and the rich man was saying what a big Talmid Chacham, Reb Uri Nasanata was, how good his midas are. Ba'al Shem Tov listened to everything they said, and he said like this: I can give you a bracha that your daughter will become healed and that she'll be just like before, but I have a condition. When she gets healed, they shouldn't live together. And once she becomes fully healed and he can give a get according to halacha, they should get divorced and they should accept it upon themselves with a full heart. So they weren't ready for such an answer. And Reb Uri Nasanata, he tried according to Torah. He was a goyin, he was a genius. He was saying he's not even allowed to divorce her al pi din. He has no basis to divorce her. And Reb Eliyahu Moshe said also that his daughter's going to have she's going to be very sad because of this, because she respects her husband very much, and her husband will also be very sad. He doesn't want to let go of his wife. And Reb Eliyahu Moshe said that he's ready to give a very big amount to tzedakah in the merit that his daughter can be healed and that they can live together. He was ready to do something else as a schus. But the Ba'al Shem Tov said that this is the condition, and if they're not ready to do it, then he can't help them. So the two parents, the two fathers, and Reb Shloimeh, the husband, came to the Ba'al Shem Tov after a few days and said that they're all ready to be makabel this condition, but they can't speak for the lady because she's not well. So mitzad them, they're ready to accept. So the Ba'al Shem Tov agreed, and he told Reb Eliyahu Moshe that he should go home and tell his daughter that the Ba'al Shem Tov, who's known to be a big miracle worker, is in Slotsk, and that he's calling her to come to him because he has something very important to tell her. So they looked at each other, these two fathers, and Eliyahu Moshe said, 3 years she hasn't even said a word. She just sits by the fireplace, and we can hardly even feed her. She'll hardly eat. How am I going to have a conversation with her? Ba'al didn't answer anything. So Rabbi Eliyahu Moshe went with a heavy heart, and he said that if the Ba'al Shem Tov would have seen with his own eyes the situation of his daughter, he wouldn't say that. The father of Reb Shlomo also agreed, but Reb Shlomo, who already knew the ways of Hasidim, his way of thinking was aligned with the Ba'al Shem Tov's way of thinking, and he also saw the Ba'al Shem Tov and heard his, how his teachings. So he was ready to do whatever the Ba'al Shem Tov said. He said, "We need to do whatever the Ba'al Shem Tov says." And Reb Uri Nasanata also said that because they already agreed to the T'nai, they can't do it halfway. They have to do whatever the Ba'al Shem Tov says. So Rabbi Eliyahu Moshe goes home, and he saw his daughter sitting in the same place by the fireplace. So Rabbi Eliyahu Moshe tells his wife what the Ba'al Shem Tov said, and the Ba'al Shem Tov is known to be a very special man who does incredible things. And they were shocked all of a sudden to see that their daughter left her place when she heard about the Ba'al Shem Tov, and she came over to them and asked, "Oh, who's this person you're talking about who makes nisim?" She didn't speak proper words for 6 years, so they were shocked to hear her voice, and she looked normal just like before. And when their daughter heard that they're talking about a holy man, she said that she would like to shower and to cleanse herself. I guess she wanted to go to the mikvah or whatever it means. But so her father and mother were dumbfounded to see this complete change, that she went from a totally insane person to a totally healthy person, and they didn't believe what they saw. So they put her away in a room where no one could see her, because they thought that the reason why she became sick to begin with was because of Ayin Hara. So they didn't want an Ayin Hara to affect her. No, Ayin Hara means when people have when people are either jealous or Ayin Hara. Somebody thinks why does that person have to have it so good? Because a Yid has a very special koyach that whatever a Yid thinks that it's important l'mayla. So Yid Kirchas v'Shalom. That's why our thoughts are so important, because a person with his thoughts can affect either good or bad. Even the way you think about another person can either bring out good in another person or bad in another person. If you think badly about another person, that can bring out that everyone has good and bad in them. That can bring out something out not nice, and vice versa. And also the way you speak about them, same thing. That's what Lashon Hara also. Lashon Hara is not just about what you're saying can bring out something negative in another person. Anyway, it's a tangent. So that night she ate like a regular person. She slept in her bed instead of being by the fireplace, but she was very weak. And the morning, again, she was perfectly normal, but her weakness was really affecting her. Now, on the third day, she became sick again, but not mentally. She had a very high fever, so she was delirious. And she said she wanted to go see the Ba'al Shem Tov. And when Rabbi Eliyahu Moshe heard this, he realized that he forgot that the Ba'al Shem Tov told him to give over the message to his daughter to visit him. So he told her now, and she became very happy. And the next day, she went with her parents to Slotsk to speak to the Ba'al Shem Tov. Now, in the meantime, between when he went back home until the third day when they went to see the Ba'al Shem Tov, till the fourth day actually, because they went the next day, Reb Shlomo's father-in-law sent him through a messenger the message she was getting better. And so he thought this was a good time to reveal to his father that he was learning Chassidus, because, they saw how the Ba'al Shem Tov was taka, being able to give brachas that cause miracles. And he explained how the Ba'al Shem Tov, his way of thinking, and his teachings about the idea that Hashgacha Pratis is on everything, even on stones and things that grow on plants, right? Hashem is involved in everything, because it's a chiddush. It wasn't a widespread idea that Hashem is so involved in every single little detail in the world, right? Chassidus was really revealed that, and also the Ba'al Shem Tov was very, to him is very important the simple people, because until then people were not treating simple people well. There was, the chashuva people, the important people, and then the simple folk were kind of like to the side. And the Ba'al Shem Tov brought out, the greatness of their simplicity and their sincerity. And when Reb Shlomo's father heard this, he thought about it an entire day, an entire night. And the next day he went to the Ba'al Shem Tov and told him that he wants to become close to him and learn from him. And he also told the Ba'al Shem Tov that the girl became better. And the Ba'al Shem Tov told him that she became sick again, and that when Rabbi Eliyahu Moshe will come with his daughter, she'll become better again. So this was in the meantime, right? So when the girl came with her parents to see the Ba'al Shem Tov, the couple, Shlomo and the girl, they went to the Ba'al Shem Tov, and he said that they have to get divorced. And the woman told the Ba'al Shem Tov how much she respects her husband. That if the Ba'al Shem Tov says, however, that then after they have to get divorced, then obviously she's not fit to be his wife. And she accepts what he says, and she was crying very, very heavily the entire time she was talking. And the husband also said how great his wife is, and he said that she has all the qualities that the Chachamim say are good, are appropriate qualities for a wife, but that he'll accept it if the tzaddik says. And he also cried. And Ba'al Shem Tov said that he's giving them 3 days together, and on the 4th day they're going to arrange everything to give a get. And those 3 days, the entire family, the couple and the parents, were very, very sad. They fasted and davened a lot and said Tehillim. On the 4th day they went to the Ba'al Shem Tov, broken-hearted, crying the entire time. They went to the Ba'al Shem Tov, and everything was ready to go. The Rav, the Eidim, the Sefer to write the get. And the Ba'al Shem Tov asked if they're accepting to get divorced, and they said that because they believe in the Ba'al Shem Tov and that what he's saying is the best for them, they're going to do it, and they want it. And they're saying yes because they want what's best for the other person. So they're doing it out of love. And the Ba'al Shem Tov went to another room and stayed there for a little while. And then he came back and he said like this: 6 years ago, there was a very negative decree, Lamaila, against you, the couple, for whatever reason. And the verdict was that the woman would become sick mentally, and that the husband would remain stuck without being able to be remarried. But now that you were ready to sacrifice your marriage just because of your belief in tzaddikim, your simple faith merited you that in Beis Din they reversed this decree, and now it's gone. So now you can live together, and I'm blessing you to have many sons and daughters, and to have a long life. Rav Shlomo stayed in Slutsk for 3 years, and afterwards he moved to Minsk to live with the Chassidim over there, and he became one of the great Chassidim over there. Eventually he moved to Bayev, to the city Bayev, and Hashem blessed the couple with sons and daughters. And when the Alter Rebbe eventually settled in Liyazna and started to teach Teres Chabad, Rav Shlomo moved to Liyazna. And in the year Tavkuf Nun Vav, so this is, if you count the years, Tavkuf Nun Vav is 56 years after the Ba'al Shem Tov came to Tzlatsk, which means when this person was 28, when Shlomo was 28. So 28 plus 56 is, no, sorry, not 56. Yeah, 28 plus 56 is 84. When he was 84 years old, he moved with his wife to Eretz Yisrael, and he lived there for another 15 years, so we lived till 99 years old. And yeah, that was the end. They had a happy ending. So so a divorce with a happy ending, basically.
It didn't get divorced though.
No, but
Well, the decree was a no.
yeah. Anyway, so that's the story. May we see.
It started off very, very like not nice, but like
Yeah.
ended off nice.
Happy ending, and lived happily ever after. So basically, we should see miracles like this in our lives without all the Agmos Nefesh, just the miracle parts. We should have the ultimate miracle, it's Mashiach, and subscribe to the channel, people. It really helps. Pray hard, play hard. Subscribe, people. Let's go.
Smash that.
Most of you guys watching aren't even subscribed. Come on.
Oh yeah, they are.
You're not. I see.
Oh, they're not?
I see the analytics,
Subscribe
man.
to the
You
wrong
can't hide from me, huh?
word. Deliver that guilt trip.
That's a good question. I'm up to 69, so you're gonna be number 70.
Do you know if I'm subscribed?
Huh? What happened?
You know if I'm so no, you're turning around.
Hanan is our star of our show.
Sorry. Smash the like button, subscribe, and
Wait.
good luck.
And pray hard. And pray hard.
Sorry, no, we got to see.
It's
For the
camera shy.
records.
Go to the top. No, all the way to the top.
Oh.
There it is. Yeah.
All right.
Wow. You did it, bro. How about
All right.
You wanted me to unsubscribe
Good luck,
and
good luck.
subscribe again?
No.
Oh, okay.